a man abused by a cruel narcissistic wife. Narcissistic spouses excel at manipulating their partners, effortlessly deceiving even discerning mental health professionals about their true nature. There's an inherent allure to narcissists. They thrive in the spotlight and possess a knack for theatrical performances. Masterful in exerting control over others, they exhibit a profound disregard for the well-being of those around them. In today's discussion, we'll delve into 10 common behaviors exhibited by men who have endured abuse at the hands of narcissistic wives. Behavior 1 adheres to prescribed rules. In the initial stages of the relationship, the self-centered wife establishes rules that she expects her spouse to follow. Any deviation from these directives is met with severe consequences, ranging from withholding affection or intimacy to issuing threats of divorce and jeopardizing financial stability. To avoid falling victim to such abuse, it is advisable to steer clear of women known for making unreasonable demands. For the narcissistic husband, the options are limited: comply with the rules begrudgingly, fostering resentment, or live his own life, eliciting anger from the wife. The narcissistic husband is compelled to follow detrimental rules, creating a lose-lose situation. Behavior 2 social isolation. Cutting off communication with close family and friends becomes a pattern. This withdrawal is driven by the belief that others fail to comprehend the complexities of the marital situation or the changes witnessed since marriage. While external perspectives suggest collaborative problem-solving, the relationship is marred by lingering anger, distrust, and animosity, hindering any constructive resolution. Behavior 3 shouldering unwarranted responsibility. In the aftermath of enduring abuse from a self-centered wife, it's common to internalize an overwhelming sense of culpability. Despite the reality that the blame lies elsewhere, victims may find themselves shouldering responsibility for the mistreatment suffered by their wife and children. Narcissistic wives often exhibit a tendency to deflect blame onto others, even if the issues are unrelated to their husbands. This manipulation aims to induce feelings of guilt and fault in their partners. Behavior 4 trapped in matrimonial strife. Men caught in abusive relationships with narcissistic wives often feel ensnared, unable to extricate themselves due to the challenges of dealing with their spouse's behavior. The oppressive atmosphere may render them powerless, even when the desire to reconcile arises. Narcissistic wives employ extreme manipulation to maintain dominance over their partners and children, concealing any abusive actions they may have committed. Behavior 5 estrangement from loved ones. Marriage to a selfish wife may lead to reduced interaction with family and friends. The wife's aversion to spending time with them or attempts to prevent such interactions can strain relationships. External attempts by friends and family to express concerns about the wife's demanding nature may lead to accusations of ill intentions. The wife may harbor jealousy or anxiety at the prospect of her partner forming close bonds with others, potentially disrupting relationships and complicating the dynamics between partners. Characteristic 6 enveloped in misery and despondency. Under the relentless abuse of a selfish wife within the confines of marriage, a man often finds himself traversing a gloomy path filled with anguish. His once vibrant interests may wane, and restlessness may replace the peace he once knew. These outcomes emerge as consequences of the myriad deprivations inflicted by his wife, leaving him struggling to recover from the persistent abuse and find an escape. The toll is substantial, with the wife having extracted much from him. 7th behavior, hypervigilance. Living under the dominion of a selfish wife prompts perpetual vigilance, as one is constantly attuned to her impending actions, remarks, or criticisms. Adopting defensive postures becomes second nature, maintaining a heightened state of alertness at all times. Words are chosen meticulously to avoid providing her with ammunition for potential reproach. The constant worry about her next move or statement becomes a source of sleepless nights, saturating days with apprehension. The once expansive world now feels confined within the four walls of one's home. Behavior 8 strives for her happiness and attempts marital restoration. When a husband's codependency intertwines with his wife's narcissistic tendencies, the concoction can turn toxic. Narcissistic women possess an insatiable appetite for attention and praise, constantly craving the spotlight. They yearn for everyone's sympathy, seeking justification for their negative conduct. These wives expect their husbands to prioritize their desires, even if it means neglecting responsibilities or other family members. In a bid to salvage the marriage, a husband may intensify efforts to rekindle his wife's happiness, often at the expense of neglecting his own well-being or the needs of their children. This may involve increased spending on gifts or fulfilling household tasks to meet her preferences. Behavior 9 endures silently, resulting in addiction, despair, anxiety, or suicidal thoughts linked to abuse. Living in matrimony with a narcissist transforms life into a harrowing ordeal. Attempts to communicate your struggles with your husband and friends yield little understanding, as they perceive your perpetual distress as irrational. Unbeknownst to them, you endure silent suffering, feeling increasingly unhinged. The isolation deepens as your spouse denigrates and ostracizes those around you, making your company unwelcoming to others. The consequences of this isolation can be severe, falling into addiction as a coping mechanism, sinking into despair, battling anxiety, or contemplating suicidal thoughts. These are telltale signs of enduring abuse at the hands of a narcissist. Behavior 10 seeks approval and admiration from your wife. In the throes of an abusive relationship, a husband might turn to his wife for validation and praise, feeling ensnared and unable to break free. This dynamic arises from a perceived lack of escape options, prompting husbands to seek assurance that they are meeting expectations and maintaining a harmonious environment. This pattern may reflect a codependency within the relationship, where one partner forms an emotional reliance on the other for support and validation, instead of seeking assistance from friends or family. Ultimately, if you find yourself grappling with the impact of narcissistic abuse, and it proves challenging, remember that support is within reach. Refusing to grant someone the authority to manipulate or control you is essential, whether or not you choose to maintain the relationship. Acknowledge that life extends beyond the narcissistic influence, encompassing tasks and connections outside this dynamic. You are entitled to happiness, fulfillment, and both emotional and physical well-being. Remember, seeking assistance from friends, family, or even a therapist is a valid and empowering choice. Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Explore more engaging content in this video here. We all share a natural yearning for recognition, attentive listening, and appreciation as unique individuals. Yet, what happens when this desire for acceptance transforms into an unhealthy obsession with ourselves? When self-absorption reaches a point where we're willing to deceive and harm others in our relentless pursuit of personal desires. Unfortunately, narcissistic behavior embodies this ethical dilemma, and chances are, we've all encountered someone who fits this description. If you've ever been exploited by a narcissist, you understand the profound pain it can cause. However, what if there were a way to shift the dynamics and make them reckon with the consequences of their actions? Let me emphasize, seeking revenge is never a virtuous path to pursue. Nevertheless, There are strategies you can employ to protect yourself and establish healthy boundaries when dealing with a narcissistic individual. Here are 10 effective tactics for navigating the complexities of relationships with narcissists. 1. Harnessing the power of indifference. Ignoring a narcissist can be a powerful strategy, causing discomfort due to their intense focus on self-importance. Employing both direct and indirect forms of indifference, such as not responding to their communications or allowing them to infiltrate your life, can yield beneficial outcomes. By refusing to acknowledge their words and emotions, you dismantle their perceived authority, leaving them feeling powerless, their ultimate fear. 2. Rising above negative criticism. Rise above the negative comments of narcissists and refuse to let them impact your sense of self-worth. Narcissists often derive perverse satisfaction from cynically critiquing others. While it may be challenging to remain impervious to their criticism, especially if your self-esteem is fragile, it is crucial to recognize that their disparagement merely reflects their own deep-seated flaws and insecurities. 3. Cultivating self-assurance and confidence. Develop self-assurance and confidence as a shield against narcissistic individuals. These individuals tend to avoid those who exude self-assuredness and competence. Their strategy involves diminishing others to mask their own shortcomings, seizing every opportunity to criticize in an attempt to assert superiority. As your self-confidence flourishes, their ability to affect or control you diminishes. By questioning their unwarranted self-assurance or sense of superiority, you place them on the defensive, making it considerably more challenging for them to ensnare you. In the intricate dance of dealing with narcissistic individuals, it's crucial to approach with finesse and resilience. The art lies in preserving your emotional well-being while adeptly establishing boundaries. Armed with these strategies, you hold the keys to shield yourself from the detrimental effects of narcissistic manipulation. Moreover, an ingenious way to rattle their ego is to exude your own radiant happiness. The inherently self-centered nature of narcissists makes them averse to witnessing the success and joy of others, as it shifts the spotlight away from their self-absorption. By authentically embracing your own happiness and fulfillment, you signal that their insatiable hunger for attention holds no sway over you. Additionally, defy the urge to seek validation or accolades from a narcissist. Redirect your energy towards people and pursuits that genuinely bring you delight. Recognize that narcissists remain indifferent to your joy, and disturbingly, find satisfaction in your distress. Their callous behavior stems from a desire to elevate their own sense of worth. Refuse to let them dampen your spirits or rob you of happiness. Furthermore, promptly decline their requests without hesitation. Narcissists harbor an unquenchable thirst to be the focal point, and they'll go to great lengths to preserve that status. While the temptation to appease their demands might arise, providing unwarranted attention only fuels their sense of entitlement and perpetuates their self-centered conduct. The most potent countermeasure is to withhold compliance, prioritize your own needs, and dismiss their desires. Once a narcissist realizes they can't extract what they crave from you, they swiftly move on to their next target. As the 6th point, disregard their words. Narcissists frequently prioritize their own needs, employing verbal cruelty to wound your emotions or incite anger. It is crucial to understand that their hurtful words do not reflect your worth. Rather, they manipulate language to deflect their problems and shift blame onto you. Hold on to your inherent superiority, resolutely refusing to let their comments erode your self-perception. Denying them the satisfaction of witnessing your reaction strengthens your resilience. Summon the courage to say no without succumbing to guilt. Narcissists exploit others, reveling in their control and satisfaction of personal desires. They shamelessly instill guilt in their victims, insinuating insufficient efforts to fulfill their happiness. However, you possess the power to defend yourself by uttering a simple no. Do not be burdened by guilt or ensnared by their manipulative traps. Prioritize your well-being, recognizing that narcissists are solely focused on their self-interest. As the 8th point, embrace honesty without apology. When confronted by a narcissist attempting to belittle or undermine your self-worth, it's common to feel anger and the urge to apologize. However, apologizing only reinforces the narcissist's behavior and perpetuates the cycle of humiliation. It implies condoning and validating their inappropriate actions. Never apologize for staying true to yourself, even if it momentarily brings discomfort. Stand firm and refuse to let the narcissist diminish your worth through disagreement. Remember, qualities like respect, love, and kindness are inherent and extend to all, regardless of the narcissist's opinions. Their approval holds no significance. Moving on to the 9th point, confrontation and accountability. Narcissists harbor an inflated sense of superiority, resistant to any form of criticism, even if constructive. It's crucial to address the impact of their actions on others and set firm boundaries. Direct, face-to-face communication is essential to hold narcissists accountable for their behavior. This approach not only minimizes the harm caused by their behavior, but also encourages reflection and increased responsibility. Given their skill at manipulation and deflecting blame, narcissists often shift responsibility onto others or external circumstances. Confronting them about their wrongdoings or impoliteness is vital for asserting yourself. Excessive kindness may inadvertently fuel their negative behavior, and they might avoid situations exposing their insecurities. To thwart manipulation by a narcissist, adhere steadfastly to your principles. The establishment of clear and unyielding boundaries becomes crucial since a narcissist remains indifferent to others' opinions. Despite their initial pleasant demeanor, be vigilant, as they may attempt to exploit you with unwarranted demands or seek undeserved favors. Do not succumb to their tactics. A straightforward no or "I'm sorry, but that is not possible" should suffice. Should a narcissist persist in contacting you or seeking your company, you reserve every right to cease communication or remove yourself from their presence. Narcissists fervently shield their fragile self-esteem by avoiding circumstances that could potentially dismantle their carefully constructed image or subject them to criticism. Their efforts to preserve this facade match their pursuit of societal advancement. To break free from a narcissist's grip, it might be necessary to sever all ties and completely expunge their presence from your life. Remember, establishing firm boundaries and resolutely resisting their demands is the most potent shield against their manipulative tactics. We value your time spent watching this video. If you found it helpful, please consider leaving a comment, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to our channel. Your engagement and support are immensely appreciated. In the enigmatic world of narcissists, a facade of humility conceals a seething cauldron of envy and ego. These individuals, masquerading as driven success seekers, are single-mindedly dedicated to their aspirations, fueled by the intoxicating elixir of financial gain. Their joy knows no bounds when splurging on acquisitions that enhance their facade, a glittering allure designed to captivate the attention of others. The narcissist's desires extend beyond mere success. They crave admiration and yearn for your approval. As your wealth and triumphs accumulate, envy-driven adversaries emerge, hell-bent on thwarting your every move. Their fervent wish is for your failure, orchestrating elaborate schemes to obstruct your path to success. Equality is anathema to them. They prefer you beneath their lofty perch. For a narcissist, discovering a more prosperous counterpart within their social realm is akin to igniting a powder keg of envy and resentment. Even in apparent abundance, these individuals remain insatiable, ceaselessly yearning for more. Can this insatiable melancholy ever be quelled? Well, let's delve into this intriguing topic. I appreciate your company on this cinematic exploration. If you haven't done so already, consider subscribing and ringing the notification bell to embark on future journeys together. Now let's unravel the intricate threads of discontentment, a perennial affliction that shadows the narcissist's entire existence. Discontentment, an eternal companion, stems from an inability to find solace or joy, as their self-centered pursuits overshadow every facet of their lives, leaving a trail of unhappiness in their wake, both in the domestic sphere and the intricate tapestry of their relationships. This discontentment, a recurring theme, casts its shadow across the spectrum, from romantic entanglements to the ethereal realm of spiritual connections. In the twisted realm of narcissists, the pursuit of contentment remains elusive, evading even those with seemingly perfect lives, beautiful progeny, a devoted partner, and an idyllic abode. Yet, the narcissist, with a penchant for deception, weaves a web of lies within the confines of matrimony, neglecting their offspring and wreaking havoc on anyone sharing their dwelling. Their perverse joy stems from concocting problems where none exist, providing a pretext to abandon their families, be it a transient escape or a permanent departure. Ignoring and manipulating others, fabricating rumors, and sowing discord become the narcissist's twisted pastimes. For the narcissist, satisfaction is an alien concept unrelated to the treatment of their companions. Rather than reveling in the success of others, they revel in the chaos of drama and uncertainty. Over time, their interest in relationships wanes, fueled by their indifference, the assumption that others are expendable, and an unrelenting quest for novel methods to satiate their desires. The second facet of their discontent revolves around their disdain for their jobs and career pursuits. As their enthusiasm for relationships and accomplishments dwindles, even the seemingly perfect job becomes a source of discontent, triggering waves of despondency and anger. They scrutinize the company's offerings, envisioning alternative ways it could cater to their insatiable needs. The narcissist, in their perpetual quest for more, remains incapable of experiencing reverence, even when adorned with degrees and occupying the pinnacle of professional success. In the kaleidoscopic realm of narcissists, the insatiable thirst for more permeates every facet of their existence. The perpetual feeling of missing out on something, coupled with an incessant desire for greater compensation and benefits, propels narcissists into a constant shuffle of jobs and careers. Their capricious nature often leads them to attempt fraudulent exploits or take advantage of their employers, risking the precarious thread that sustains their employment. Dishonest attempts to extract more work or wages are not beneath them if they believe they can elude scrutiny. Remaining in a position for an extended period is a challenge for narcissists, as their tenure hinges on exploiting the company for personal gain. Even if successful in this endeavor, the monotony eventually sets in, and their hunger for more intensifies. In the intricate tapestry of their existence, narcissists harbor perpetual discontent with their true selves, prompting the fabrication of identities and personalities. They pilfer fragments of others' lives, identities, clothing, and more, constructing a false image that masks their deceitful nature. These individuals, some of the most duplicitous encountered, harbor a profound disinterest in their own beings. Dissatisfied with their current state, they extend this aversion to everything and everyone around them. Beneath the veneer of smiles and frequent chatter lies the truth. Narcissists harbour a deep-seated dislike for others and life itself. Alone, their countenance shifts from the facade of cheerfulness to a canvas painted with shades of sadness, anger, and gloom. The root of their misery is their profound self-discontent. In the grand denouement, narcissists remain oblivious to the reality that success, financial stability, and positive relationships do not invariably lead to contentment. For those tainted by greed, envy, and self-centeredness, true happiness and ease are elusive mirages in the arid landscape of their existence. In an unending loop of dissatisfaction, a narcissist remains perennially unsatisfied, a discontent that permeates every corner of their existence, sparing none, not even themselves. This perpetual dissatisfaction is an affliction unique to narcissists, and it is a burden they alone must bear. To shield ourselves from being unjustly burdened with blame for their issues and shielded from the storm of their negative emotions, it becomes imperative to steer clear of their orbit. As we draw the curtain on today's discourse, I hope this cinematic journey imparts valuable insights. I invite you to share your reflections and musings in the comment section below. For those who wish to embark on future explorations with us, subscribing and activating the notification icon ensures you won't miss the unveiling of subsequent cinematic chapters. With gratitude, thank you.